Guys, deluded YouTubes and Golo Kante and Lucas Torreira and all of them things. Thank you very much for tuning back in. Now, obviously, we won 3-3. We didn't win 3. I'd love it to have been that. But we won 2-0 against Everton on Sunday. It's gone over a lot of people's heads, but Xhaka made his 100th appearance for the club, and he's been, what, here? Maybe this is his third year off the top of my head. 100 appearances, they've come very quickly. Regardless of what you think about the man, we know he polarizes opinion a lot. There's three sides to the story with Xhaka. Extreme hate for him, extreme love, and then those that can see, like myself, who can see he's used to the team but don't think he should really be playing game in, game out sort of thing. But he polarizes opinion. Regardless, 100 appearances for the club we love. If you're an Arsenal fan, you have to clap, man. Like, that's a good service. And yeah, he's still, it's 100 games in. He's 25 now. He's recently turned 25 in September, I believe. So, or he's turning 20, he could be turning 26, but I'm pretty sure his birthday's gone. I could be wrong. But 100 apps in and all of these things, and we still kind of don't really know where we stand. I'm pretty sure not everybody stands on one side in particular when it comes to Granit Xhaka. For me personally, I like him as a footballer. I like him. What I don't like about him is that he's great going forward and stuff like that, and the passing and providing balance and all of these things. And when he's got time, he can pick out some great passes. Under pressure, he kind of struggles a bit. For me, away from all of that, regardless of if you're a creative player, deep line playmaker, or what, there's other dirty works into being a midfielder. He's improved at it, but he just got no defend. I don't think he's. I wouldn't say he's got no tactical awareness, because that's not fair, but because I think he's got that, but he's got no defensive awareness. It doesn't matter if it was last year. I believe what was it, Liverpool away? Him and Ramsey caught high up the field. It doesn't matter at times. I ain't got the specific game example, but there have been times, especially all of our centre mids, when it's helping out our fullbacks, he's slow to try and stop across. He lets runners run in behind. Probably his poorest game that I've probably seen him play is Watford away last year. No defensive bone in his body, can put the defence under a lot of pressure, especially when we're playing out from the back at times, because he's not aware of his shoulders. As a centre midfielder especially, you've got to have eyes in the back of your head. Sometimes he's not aware of that. And I must admit, I fight between myself of seeing that, okay, he's clearly a decent player and can be used in our side. I actually like his fantastic attitude, and I would love him to play a bit more direct. But do the cons outweigh the pros of what he's bringing? The passing thing is great and fair and dandy, and I mean, there's clearly something in the lad that fans can't see it, but he's been vital so far in the Unai Emery's tenure at this club. He played under Wenger. There's clearly something he brings, but yeah, like he still polarizes opinion. For me, he's never gonna learn it now. I sat here and I said if he could get these sort of things out of his game, he can be all right. He still needs to get them out. But I mean, 2-3 years into your time here, some of these things are never going to come out of your game. So I've got to the point personally, people, where I've kind of accepted, similar to our team as a whole, we're going to be a woeful defensively. I know Xhaka's going to be a bit nonchalant at times defensively, and I don't condone it, because you need to not be that. But yeah, personally, I like him. One thing I'll say about him, regardless of his opinion or not, your opinion on him or not, he's got elite mentality. He doesn't let criticism get to him too much. He's similar to Czech. He stands up to be counted and address fans and these sort of things. I like him as a footballer. I believe in the squad. Personally, people, I think we need another central midfielder. I'm going to keep saying this. But if I look at the squad, for me, Guendouzi is young, so his form might polarize, but I'd probably be going with Guendouzi, Torreira, and Ozil as my midfield options. Them two in the pivot, Ozil in the 10. Obviously, you've got Ramsey, and then I'd be looking. Xhaka would be a rotation option for me. Obviously, if he was to play and show his form, then he'll get ahead of them. I believe he is a good rotation option to have in the Premier League and with several games. But big games, difference makers. I'll be lying to you lot if I said I had the confidence in him to not make certain mistakes. Don't get twisted. He's had good games for us, like AC Milan, United at home, United away, even in a defeat. What else is there? Chelsea was decent. He was decent in the FA Cup. Obviously, he's been good in small games as well. So he has had good games. He's definitely had terrible games. Everton away 2 years or so ago, and he's had good games. But for me, the big problem is, and regardless of I believe in the man or not, because I don't like to turn on people. 100 games in for the club. I don't know what I'm getting with you in 10 games. 10 games, let's just say from this starting moment now, with post Everton, I don't know what Granit Xhaka I'm going to get. I think I'm going to get Xhaka, a good Xhaka, a poor Xhaka, and then it's going to be a bit flip-floppy. But I don't know what I'm going to get. And I really don't think I should be able to say this with a man that's played 100 games for the club in 2-3, well, this is his third year, 2 years. So I have to applaud you because clearly you're vital in some way. And even if I look at some of the comments you made pre-Everton, he spoke about the criticism, how it makes him stronger. I like all of that. But for me, the main part of the interview, you can go on the Evening Standard and see it. The main bit I liked is which he said is, for him, he's obviously referring to Emery. For him, it's important that I help us build play from the back, that I play passes between the lines, and that I help us to keep balance between defence and offence. You're definitely doing the first two. As for the last, the balance thing, I'm not too sure. And it's not even just him. I know he's the topic of this video, but our midfielders are not really on defending too tough. It's improving, but yeah. He's also gone on to say, in my opinion, I've got a big role to play in this team. The new coach has made me one of the captains, which is a great message from him and from the club that I can undertake this responsibility. You also need to remember he signed a new deal as well. It made me really proud and pleased to be named as one of the captains at such an excellent club. It heightens your motivation. Regardless of what I believe about the man, he's got an elite mentality, man. He really has got an elite mentality, and I might as well speak about what he said. You have to keep going, keep working and improving on those weaknesses as well as your strengths. We're people who live in the public eye. Lots of people talk, lots of people write things, and I have no problem with that. Everyone has their own opinion. Some really like a certain player, but not another. But criticism should make you stronger. What's important is that the coach is satisfied and that you are satisfied. That's a good underdog. If the coach believes in you and you're doing what the coach wants you to do, then fair enough. None of these fans, even myself, which I actually like Xhaka, can't sit here and say anything. But yeah, like I really like him. For me, I've got to the point now, he said he's a false 10 or whatever. If he's not got discipline at 25 years of age in his play in regards to doing the dirty works of being a central midfielder, then he's never going to get it. We're just going to have to accept him for being this midfielder that can play passes, that's pretty between the lines. For me personally, Xhaka, I need to see you improve under pressure. At times when we're marked out the game, you need to be a bit more like Iwobi, and that Iwobi's one of the best in the side, in my opinion, in playing in tight spaces. You're great when you have 10 minutes on the ball to pick out a pass. And one criticism, it's not really of you. I see Torreira do it now, Guendouzi as well. I want our side to be a bit more direct. Our midfielders, Torreira, Xhaka and Guendouzi, have that long ball consistently in them. I want to see that a bit more in stretch defenders. Clearly, if I'm saying all three are doing something, if I want to see something from all three in this example, then they're being told to do something completely different by the manager, to which how can I sit here and say any different? But yeah, man, like, yeah, credit to Xhaka for making 100 appearances, regardless of your opinion on the lad. But yeah, there's nothing more to say. I just thought I'd speak about that, to be fair. Guys, DG, I'm out. Get in the comments, subscribe, and do the rest if you wish.